Hey Dallin, in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. My name is Seleni McGregor and I work with small business owners across the state of Utah. I'm actually based out of Utah County myself. So I put together a quick custom video for you about your online presence, specifically how you're stacking up against your top competitors. There is no sales pitch here, just pure value. So I'm sure at this point you're sitting there thinking, why would she be doing this and what is the catch? Well, those are fair questions. Most local business owners are just too busy actually running their business. They're swamped with payroll, helping customers, answering questions, staying on top of jobs, that many times learning how to leverage the internet to benefit their company just gets buried underneath all of the other to-dos. And let's be real, half the time the only reason they haven't hired somebody yet is because they don't know who to trust and who is truly an expert. So that is exactly why I make videos like this. I have found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of things that they can actually do to impact their business for free, it's resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, I like you, Seleni, can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and can see I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve to help your business, shoot me a message back and then we can chat. And if by the end of this video you just want to take this free attack plan and do it yourself, that works for me too. So let me show you the 3 things that'll set Utah restoration or Utah flood guys apart from your competition. And I don't want to waste any more of your time or mine. So the 3 things we're going to cover today is first, content, second, citations, and third, backlinks. So first up is content. So since Google isn't a human, it doesn't just know what you do. It has to be told through your content. And content is basically anything that you can see here on your front page that is highlighted, including the text, your pictures, what your pictures are saved as, and what's behind the pictures. That can all be considered content. So let me actually show you an example here. If we go up to your images, we right click and do a save as, we can actually see what they are being saved as. So you can see here it's just a generic stock photo name there. I think similarly when I was looking at, sorry, those are link pictures. So this one does have some keyword behind it, which is great. The biggest thing here is we just want to make sure that behind all of our pictures, that we are using detailed descriptions with keywords and location specific that'll actually help boost your content as well. And especially with these other images that don't have anything saved to them, really important to be able to get the right keywords and phrases into them. That one also has, I think, that top one that we saw up above. I think it's just missing some location specific that way. But these are all things with the text and images that the Google bots are able to read, basically get an idea of what is this business, the services that you offer, the area you're targeting. That's going to position you in the search ranking. So the goal is having unique and authoritative content and enough of it to be able to add in the right keywords and key phrases that people are actually searching for in Google for somebody to find the services that you offer. Most business owners know that yes, they need content, but what they don't know is that in order to rank number 1 on Google for restoration, the average content count needs to be 1,500 to 2,400 words on your homepage, while making sure that it contains the right keywords and key phrases. Now, jumping over here, your site, it looks like it had about almost 1,200 words for your site, so not bad there. We just want to make sure we're bumping it up to that minimum of 1,500 words with the right keywords again. We're actually going to jump over here into one of my tools. This is called Ahrefs. It's a really cool tool, typically costs a couple $100s per month, but it essentially just gives me behind the scene details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And it gives me an idea of what's working well for you and your competition. So I ran a quick scan of your competitor over here in the Salt Lake City region. It is for certified disaster services. When I threw them in here into the tool, we can get an overview of what's going well for them. So you can see here they've got 562 keywords and what type of traffic their website is bringing in. Now, if we actually dive a little bit deeper, we can go into this keyword section and look at the exact keywords that they're ranking for and what your customers are actually searching for every month. So paying attention here to this position column, the volume column, and the actual keywords here. So we're going to actually focus on keywords that have a specific location here instead of these national terms, because these are actually what we want to focus on, is that's where you're actually going to be able to provide the service. So like they are 3rd position here for water damage Salt Lake City with about 60 searches per month here. This one is a great keyword, water damage restoration, Salt Lake City with 160 search volume per month. Disaster cleanup, Utah, 150 search volume per month. Mold removal, Salt Lake City, 110 per month. So as you can see here, these different keywords here are really important, especially when you're looking at the volume here of the type of search volume that you're able to capitalize and turn into leads here, especially if you can get those higher rankings. So if we're actually going to use the same tool, we're going to jump over here into your website here. We can see the overview again of how many keywords are being found on your website and what type of traffic that is pushing in. Let's actually dive deeper into your keywords here. You do have several keywords that are really awesome, location specific, like the flood company, Utah, 20 volume there. I'm trying to look for some other higher volume. We've got mold remediation, Utah at 90 volume. That's a good volume. Flood restoration, Utah. And again, just remembering, even if a lot of these volumes are not very high necessarily, look at how many all of these would be added up to be. That's several hundred customers if they're all searching in this specific area, right? So like the Utah ones, Salt Lake City ones, those ones are all great. Just the biggest thing there is your positionings here are, I mean, your highest one, this is the highest one I'm seeing, is on the second or third page of Google here. So your website's just not being found by people searching for these exact keywords that you've got on your website. So here we need to make sure that we're increasing how often we're using them, as well as giving your site more authority, which will help boost you in the rankings. And we'll talk about authority here in just a moment. But just kind of wrapping up, the first thing to do to beat out your competition, getting your homepage to the minimum of 1,500 content-rich, keyword-rich content on your homepage, because that's really what's helping drive your competitor's business, and it's 100% beatable if you can get this done. Now, we're going to jump over here to Google, and I actually typed in one of those keywords here, water damage and restoration, Salt Lake City. And we can see here, the first thing that you're always seeing is the ads section. So here's the thing about ads. Ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation, like your website, isn't dialed in. So just be careful to not burn through your money in the ads until you know for sure that your website is going to convert. So we're actually going to spend some time down here below the ads section into the coveted map section. This area has a lot to do with the second important thing that we're going to be talking about, which is citations. So you're probably asking yourself, well, what is a citation? Why do they matter? And those are great questions. So this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've even used this section, or possibly even thought to yourself, how in the world can I get my business up on here? Well, citations are super simple. They are just your business's name, address, and phone number on all of these online directories like these. So Yelp, Yellow Pages, City Star, and so on. But they need to match your Google listing exactly. So having citations like these helps Google verify you and give relevance to your company. So the number one thing you can do today to push your business up to the top 3 spots here on the Map Pack section, simple. You just need to increase your citation game. When you get more citations than your competitor, especially ones from authoritative and industry-specific websites, Google trusts you more and just pushes you more to the top above your competitors. So you might be asking yourself, okay, great, but how do I actually do that? Well, you can use sites like WhiteSpark or Bright Local. They'll tell you exactly what directories these guys are on, and then you can go match them. Plus, we don't want to just match them, but we want to dominate them. So we're going to go get even more. So if they have 100 citations, we're going to go get 150 or 200 citations. Okay, now let's talk about the last thing that we're going to go over today, which is backlinks, or often called link juice. This third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So again, when we searched for this keyword here, below the ad section, below the map pack section, we're going to go down here. This section is called the organics listings. You can see here your site is not number 1 or even anywhere on the first page of Google. Of course, now this is where we want to be. And in order to get here, you need to beat out your competition in every aspect. So really, you need authority. And how do you get authority? Well, the authority comes in play with backlinks, or this is where the backlinks come in. So basically, think of backlinks. It's just a website that links to another website online. So the easiest way to think about link juice is simply thinking about it like a popularity contest back in high school. You want the coolest, most popular kid to be recommending you. So in this popularity contest, the business with the most relevant link juice or authority wins. And I say relevant because not all backlinks are created equal. So you're a restoration company, right? Well, you wouldn't want a backlink from an ice cream shop linking back to you because you don't churn ice cream. Although tasty, that backlink would kind of be useless to you. But having a backlink from an insurance company or construction company linking to, that would be much more effective. So actually, if we jump over here to our Ahrefs tool again, we can see specifically that you've got 70 backlinks linking back to your website. Not bad, but not dominant. When we look over here at your competitor, we can see they've got 869 backlinks pointing back to them from some strong, relevant sources. Again, how do we get these? Well, here with Ahrefs, we can actually see which sites they're exactly getting them from and go get those same links for your business. Again, this is very beatable over time. Getting you to the top of Google isn't magic. It's just a tried and true method, and I've shown you the exact method today. So again, the 3 things that you can do today to grow your online presence is first, focus on your content. Your front page needs to be at least 1,500 words with the right keywords and phrases that people are actually searching for. Second, focusing on the citations, making sure to get your name, address, and phone number listed on as many online directories to beat out your competition. And then lastly, just making sure to get more relevant backlinks pointing back to show Google that you are the authority. If you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. It's really just that simple. So I'm sure you're wondering, okay, well, what now? Well, you basically have 2 options. You can go ahead and take this information I've provided to you today and do this on your own, and I'm totally cool with that. Or if you have found this information valuable and you're one of those company owners that still wants to raise their hands for the most effective route to save yourself time and hassle, simply respond to this email. We'll set up a time to chat and dive deeper into your specific situation and see what I can do to help your business really thrive. Again, my name is Seleni, and I look forward to your email. Have a great day.